Alright, hello. This is Lennox Nuttall representing the Firefighter Demo Training Group. Um, we'll just get right into it. Oh, okay, yeah, this is weird. I had to turn gravity off, so don't mind this little floating thing right here. I'm just gonna drag it back where it's supposed to be. Pretend that this never moved. Alright, so we load in here and we started up with the starting menu, right? And it gives you the prompt of locate and extinguish the fire. Press start. And it also shows you the accessible tools. This is what you can find in the house. However, once you click the start button, those objects disappear. They are now transported into the house and they spawn randomly throughout the house, except for the pot of water. That is a constant spawn point. And as you can see, the time has started. This will track until you put out the fires. So let's get right into it. I'll just show you a quick um, view of everything around us. I had to put these barricades here because I got feedback from our participants that, all right, it was very confusing. They didn't exactly know what house to go into. It wasn't so obvious that they had to go into this house. So oftentimes they would go into this house and get really confused because like they just didn't know what was going on. But yeah, let's get into it. We go into the house. One thing that was pretty consistent across all participants is that, okay, again, I had to turn gravity off just recently, so that's why. But typically it would spawn in the sink right here, right? But anyways, the thing that would remain consistent upon all participants is that, okay, they see the fire, and they see this pot of water, and they would use this pot of water to try to extinguish the fire. But what does that do? That explodes in flames and smoke as well because it's a grease fire. And as we all know, and maybe we don't all know, but grease fires are only worsened when um, water is applied, right? So this happens, and then also it tells you this little tidbit that, okay, warning, water enhances grease fires. Use a CO2 extinguisher instead, and that kind of tells the user, okay, I need to find an alternative. So boom, let's just throw that out, and now we have to go around the house looking for an extinguisher. However, the way we set this up is that the extinguisher is locked behind closed doors. And the only way to get through those doors is by breaking them down with a fire axe. So, in order to find the extinguisher, we have to find the fire axe. So, like for an example, this door is locked. I can't get in there. The extinguisher could possibly be up there. Same with this. It could possibly be in here. This door, I'm able to interact with it. So I'm going to open it up, look for the axe. Here's a spawn point directly right here where we're looking. However, the axe did not spawn here. Another locked door. So now we have to navigate our way throughout the house, try to find where this could be. Oh, look. Extinguisher is here. That's rather unfortunate, honestly. This is the only other spawn point I put for the extinguisher that is not behind a locked door. Typically it would be behind a locked door, but this is the one spawn point it has that is behind an unlocked door. And as you can see, the axe is also here. So I think I would probably change that in the future for sure, but oh no. Did my laptop turn off? Yeah, it did. I don't think it matters for now. But yeah, essentially, what you would typically do is you would take this axe and you would just chop doors down, right? Okay, we got this little office here. The extinguisher is able to spawn in here. It's able to spawn in any area where there's a locked door. So again, with here, break the door down. It's not in here. Again, you can go upstairs as well. And you have to jump up the stairs. Unfortunately, you can't just walk up. But the axe can also spawn right here. Boom. This is an openable door. That one as well. However, not every door is... Oh, sorry. I'm just going to get rid of that, truthfully. But yeah, you get the idea. The axe kind of gets weird with the doors that are interactable because... Actually, I don't know. Let's test that out real quick. No, it breaks every door. That's okay. That's actually fine. But yeah, so essentially the main idea is that you would use the axe to find the fire extinguisher. And then boom, once the fire extinguisher has been found, you pick it up, you go back to the kitchen fire, which happens to be a grease fire. That's the class of fire that it is. And you would just put out the flames. We use particle systems for a lot of the framework here. So the fires use particle systems. So does the extinguisher. So does the water pot. And as you can see, it doesn't extinguish it automatically. The fire extinguisher uses the particle systems to extract all the CO2, all the oxygen from the fire. That way it is extinguished. I don't know if anybody knew, but that's how these extinguishers work. Simply, they just extract oxygen from the fires because that's what allows the fires to be fed. And now that this is um, contained, we can walk out of the secured building and go back to the screen over here, and then it'll show us exactly how long it took us. Here it took me 4 minutes and 27 seconds. And then also, it'll generate a random fire fact, fire safety fact. In this case, in a fire, stay low to avoid smoke. Cleaner air is near the floor. Hot air rises. But yeah, in here, we have cool mechanics like this won't go forever. There's only a certain amount of CO2, so you can't just be messing around with the fire extinguisher because you will expend your resources. But yeah, that's all we have to show. Um, I will talk more about our participants within the code breakdown video. But yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you taking your time.